5 years ago, I exercised every day. I counted calories. Yes, I did. I practiced intermittent fasting and I watched my scale all the time. And still, for my 46th birthday, I was diagnosed with prediabetes. Did that resonate? If you've been trying to eat better, cutting back on sweets, exercising more, and your blood sugar is still not where you want it to be, this conversation is for you. Because unfortunately, the problem isn't the effort and it's not the sugar. It's our culture, it's our misinformation, and simply just a lack of education. Now, let me know if this is true for you too. Most of the women I know are not living on soda or candy bars. They're eating oats and yogurt and granola, smoothies and whole grain toast. And they're eating salads and their meals look like a typical protein and 2 sides. Their food looks healthy, but metabolically, it's still a steady, consistent hit of glucose. And to my ladies in midlife, when our estrogen shifts, muscle mass declines, and cortisol rises, which is why we're so prone to prediabetes during perimenopause. Our body simply isn't processing sugar the way it did when we were 35. And because they didn't teach us this in biology, we have no idea how normal this is. I sure didn't. I didn't. So let's talk about it. I'm your girl, Carmel, creator of Sugar Free by Design, architecting your new lifestyle. And that's a lifestyle without joint pain, without frailty, intense cravings, overweight, and definitely a life without prediabetes or diabetes. Now, don't worry, this is not a science class, I promise. But let me simply tell you this. After 40, our body becomes naturally insulin resistant. It's what happens because estrogen is out the door. We lose muscle and we store fat more easily and we recover so much more slowly. And unfortunately, again, this is what makes us prone to insulin resistance, prediabetes as well, diabetes, heart disease, dementia. I can go on and on. Statistically, we suffer from these conditions at a much higher rate than our male counterparts. So answer me this. If we were taught this in biology or physiology class, you think we might be a little bit more prepared for what's happening in our body right now? Oh, that's a hell yes. So now that we know, this is our opportunity and responsibility to course correct and support our bodies since estrogen is on its way out or maybe already completely gone. So with regard to the way we eat, the moderation that once worked for us when we were in our glory days at 35 doesn't work anymore. And that leaves us desperate, confused, and frustrated when the belly fat shows up and doesn't go away, and when our labs don't improve. So let's forget moderation, which is something I frankly don't believe in anyway. And let's start adding structure, a design, a plan that keeps our blood sugar from a constant roller coaster. So here you are. You feel like you've tried everything, and you probably have. But trying random things that might have worked when you were younger, or trying what other people suggest, and even the tips and tricks and hacks, pills and potions you're seeing on social media is very different from designing a plan for you as the unique person that you are and what your body specifically needs. We cannot stabilize blood sugar while eating foods that spike us daily, even if they are labeled organic or vegan or high protein. What our body needs is nutrition and a lifestyle shift, and it needs consistency. When we stop thinking about the quantity of food that we're eating and start thinking quality, when we remove concentrated and hidden sugars, when we shift away from the ultra-processed health foods, prioritize fiber-rich whole plant foods, intentionally build muscle, our bodies start to respond differently. Our cravings will decrease, our confidence level will rise, our energy will stabilize, inflammation will lower, and our blood sugar level will become more predictable, and that's a good thing. Don't think it's gonna happen overnight. I definitely don't wanna mislead you, but it does happen quite quickly. I say that all the time. If we're what? If we're consistent. I created Sugar Free by Design to empower you with the information we should have been taught at 15, at 25, at 35, at 45, and today, because I see so many women stuck and completely clueless as to how they can help themselves. Trying to find out what works. They're restricting, they're afraid to eat, then they're blaming genetics or themselves. While the real issue is that they just don't know how to build a lifestyle that works with their physiology as a unique individual during this time of their life. So, Sugar Free by Design is not a diet. It's not a 30-day plan. That's not what we do here. What we do here is lifestyle. It's a strategized plant-dominant framework that removes the metabolic chaos of excess sugar that's hidden and in plain sight, and it replaces it with intentionality. We rebuild your plate, your habits, your confidence. You'll learn how to read labels and how to discern which foods work best for you, how to structure your meals, reduce inflammation, and how to stabilize blood sugar without obsessing or worrying. So, you've been diagnosed with prediabetes, maybe insulin resistance, or full-blown type 2 diabetes. Please hear this. You're not too far gone, but you do need a plan because there does come a time when we hit a point of no return. Understand that this disease can cause irreversible damage. Waiting and hoping your numbers improve on their own is not a strategy. Designing your lifestyle and doing it deliberately is. I reversed my prediabetes diagnosis within a few weeks, and it was because I was deliberate. So if you're ready to stop experimenting and start implementing, the link to learn more about Sugar Free by Design is below in the description. I invite you to use it and leave a comment if anything I said resonated so others can know that they're not alone in their frustration. And don't forget to share this with the women in your life, be it your sister, your friend, colleague, mother, daughter, cousin, or an acquaintance. Guidance is just a click away. It's an email away. It's a conversation away. We don't have to figure this out alone, and we absolutely do not have to accept declining health as just a normal part of aging. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Ciao, ciao.